Hello, hockey fans, and welcome back to the Rockford IceHogs Broadcasting Network and IceHogs Warm-Up. Joseph Zakshevsky with you alongside head coach Jeremy Colliton for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging Diagnosis of the game as the IceHogs taking on the Manitoba Moose here in Game 4 action. And coach, the IceHogs a chance to close out this series here tonight on home ice, but very similar to what we saw in that series against Chicago. You know that this is probably going to be the most difficult game to capture because Manitoba is going to be throwing everything they can at you. How is the team preparing for a game like this here tonight?
Basically, we prepare as we have throughout this series, and I would expect their best effort, and that's how we prepare anyway. And we can't control how they play. We just make sure we're ready ourselves. And I think last game was really high tempo, and emotions were high, and we just got to make sure that we find the right balance between being ready and playing on edge, and also under control.
I'm glad you brought that up because emotional control seemed to be a major key in that Chicago series, but I'd imagine it's a big one here tonight. Obviously, a lot of the headlines you can zero in on, but I mean, how much of that has been a part of your pregame speeches in terms of keeping that fine balance? Because obviously you don't want to stray too far against what's been working well for the IceHogs.
Yeah, it's really important. We have to be disciplined. We want to play 5-on-5 as much as we can. We don't want to give them extra power plays, certainly because it's easier to get scored on, but it takes away our momentum. We want to roll our whole group and use that to our advantage because I think we do have a lot of depth. So we want to use the whole bench. And also, I think sometimes when you're amped up, you can, take that, extra 2 steps out of position, and that's where you get opened up. So we want to play hard between the whistles, and we want to be, disciplined defensively also. And if we do that, then we can use that energy in a positive way.
You mentioned before Game 3 here at home that you want to have better first periods, better starts for your Rockford IceHogs against Manitoba. I'd imagine that would be amplified, that message, going into Game 4, because obviously Manitoba is going to want to establish themselves as quickly as possible to get the momentum on their side.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind our start last game. I think we came out really well. I just think we got a few times a little over-aggressive. So, we can talk about how it's really important we have a good start, but we can't, like I said before, we can't be too amped up. So got to find the right balance. Everything's under control, and we're not going to get too high or too low, no matter what happens. Would we like to score first? Yeah, we would. But it's a 60-minute game.
With that being said, I mean, giving up the first goal in the past couple of games, but not panicking, not hitting the panic button, I'd imagine that's probably one of the biggest strengths that you don't always have written down on the chalkboard in terms of that calmness that your group presents and being able to re-rack and refocus rather quickly.
Well, I just think we just got to keep playing, no matter what happens, whether we go up 3-0 or whether we're down 3-0 or 0-0. We just keep doing the same things. You get a couple of bad bounces, you get a couple of good bounces. I think our process and our mentality, it works for us, and so there's no point in getting away from it. It's just believe that if we do the right things, we're going to get rewarded eventually. And it may be that we're excellent tonight and we don't win. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't go right back to it the next game, and I think over 7 will be better than them.
And with that being said, the IceHogs, the Manitoba Moose quite well in the series and the overall head-to-head, but what do you feel like is going to be the biggest difference maker in a Game 4 like this, knowing what Manitoba is going to throw at you, which is going to be everything in a desperate hockey team, but for Rockford IceHogs, obviously you're trying to get things done here on home ice tonight. What's going to be the difference maker?
I think we just got to be us, make sure we're ready. I think they're being physical, being hard to play against. I think we have the opportunity to close the series out, and it's going to require us to keep doing what we've been doing, be good in the power play. I don't have anything new. It's just keep playing as we've been playing.
Well, Jeremy, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Head coach Jeremy Colliton joining us for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging Diagnosis of the game ahead of Game 4 action between the Rockford IceHogs and the Manitoba Moose. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.